How are you?
God, sweating after that reunion.
Girl.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I need like 2 minutes just to like breathe for a second. But I must say, I had to tell you, I watched it with you guys. Now, we get a chance to see it early, but I didn't watch it early this time. Like, I wanted to watch it with everyone so that you can get my real right now reaction, because I saw it for the first time.
Tell us everything that you feel.
Oh my
All
God.
the feels. I loved it. First of all, I want to be a part of the Shady Bunch. I loved that so much. That was so, I mean, do we expect anything less?
It was absolutely epic. I think what Andy was able to pull off and what Bravo was able to do, considering everything going on, still able to give us girls a sense of normalcy, you know, in finishing out our season and giving the fans what they want, which is a conclusion to all of our craziness. So, it was definitely not the easiest. We had multiple days of tech rehearsals just to make sure that like audio and like visual worked. But yeah.
I just saw someone say trailblazers. Shout out to whoever commented that, because that is, seriously, you guys are trailblazers for the virtual Bravo reunion. So congratulations. Cheers to you on that.
Thank you.
You look stunning, by the way, and you slayed like Santa at that reunion. Loved it.
And it was a lot to do in your living room and dining room, but you know, we had to do what we had to do. Now the question was like, do you dress up like they normally expect, or do you do casual because you're at home? But the thing is like, give the people what they want. It's a reunion. It's to Atlanta slaying, like that's what they do. So
seriously, I mean, there's so much to discuss. I don't even know where to start. And I feel like we didn't even get into the thick of it in part one, because, you know, like we see.
Oh, no, it's just begun.
It's just begun. So,
what part one does is it sets a tone, and it kind of shows you where everyone is, which is kind of weird because it's not necessarily where we were when we left off in the season.
Right.
And, you know, the little piece that comes into play where you see a lot of agitation is social media. So it's that like posting back and forth, it's the interviews, it's the shady comments, and it's all of that stuff that's like, what's all that for? And so then you get here to the reunion and everyone's like, T.O.
I mean, I don't even know, like the whole like Nene and you feud came out of left field for me.
First of all, I said it on the show and I was very genuine with Nene where I did accept her apology, but I do tread lightly. Like when someone shits on you so hard and so intentional, it's not easy to just go back into the same situation you were in before. Now, I forgive her because we all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect anyone to be perfect. I'm definitely not. But I tread lightly. However, once the season was over, she's doing multiple interviews on like who should have a peach and Eva's boring and all she does is have kids. And I'm like, why am I in your mouth? Like, you were mute the whole season, and now all of a sudden you have all these opinions on what I should and shouldn't be doing with my life. I'm so confused.
Yeah, where did that come? Like, were you blown away just like the rest of us being like, where is this coming from?
I was wondering, especially considering she calls herself the HBIC, and this is my show. So if this was your show, you should know how your show was spending their money. And they knew I was very much so pregnant, and they asked me back. Like, I'm so confused at why you're mad.
And I thought you killed it this season. I mean, you know, obviously, obviously the reunion still hasn't finished. It just started. So, like, nobody knows if they're coming back yet or not. Like, as we do in the Bravo world, you know, we finish the reunion, we take some time, we digest, and then we figure it out. Like, this is what we see every season with everybody. But do you want to set the record straight that, like, you are not fired and you are hoping to come back? Do you want to set the record straight with your own words?
Has like sent me we don't want you papers. Like there's definitely been no thank you talks. And I think it's good for the show to think about how you would want to position the cast and like who you want to integrate with and how you would want to mix it up. But honey, I just came. She's going nowhere.
Yeah, you delivered. Like, let me tell you. And I love that everybody was in white. Like, everybody looked gorgeous. It was like everybody, did you guys plan that, or did Bravo ask you to do that?
Well, we initially had like plans for the reunion, right? And then like Corona happened and it changed everything. And it was one of those things where literally we all ended up wearing white. It was so weird.
so funny.
I know.
That's so funny. Okay, so we've only seen part one, but can you kind of like shed a little light? Like, if you guys were in person, would you and Nene have hugged it out at the end, or would you have had to have been separated by Andy at the end?
I think had we been in person, people would have had to deal with situations as true adults do in a regular fashion. I think being cyber allowed for a level of confidence in words that you might not have said had that person been in your face, and a little bit of oomph, extra. But I don't know. It's just one of those really, really weird times. And after having been on this show now for a few years and having lost friends after my wedding, I pick my friend like I pick my fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like Erykah Badu said, Daddy told me that when I was only a youth. So I'm not very quick to just pick up the first friend. And I'm not quick to just forgive and forget. So, the new friends that I've met, I appreciate. I love Miss Cynthia Bailey. That is my girl. That's my ace. I adore Kenya. I think she's a beautiful person. I think she's very misunderstood. I think that if she was a man, she'd be considered a very assertive and great man. But because she's a woman, she gets a very bad rap. And I love me some Candy. As Salt Babe and KMZ as she is, I still love my Candy. Because at the end of the day, and that's the thing, messy we are. Shady, no question. Well-intended, only a few. And that's the like, who has good intentions and, like, who's really trying to hurt someone? And
so who do you think, falls into that category?
For me this season, I think that Porsha definitely came at me in a way where it's like, I'm so confused at your issues. Now, do I think that she had a place to be upset with me or frustrated for my responses? Yeah, I get it. That's fine. But you got to remember that I'm responding to how you started. And you can see how to pop back. And I just think she's taking it all out of proportion. I said her child looks like Dennis with a bow, and her child looks like Dennis with a bow.
So you stand by that.
With the pacifier, and Kenya's daughter looks like her husband, and the list goes on. And Nene's kids look like her, and
Yeah.
And what's her name? Cynthia's kids. Well, her daughter looks like a split between her and Leon. It's like
yeah. But so you have no regrets.
I never intended to take a jab at the baby. Like, oh my God, you're talking about my kid. Like, girl, shut up.
Yeah, I feel like you and Porsha kind of getting into it came also. I was a little like, wait, where is this coming from? Oh. Like, did she ever tell you she was offended?
No, it's forced. She's like literally creating an issue. She's making a problem. And I get it. On this show and in this world, you have to have some fodder. I get it. But at least be genuine. Like, girl. Or say you don't like me because you think you don't like me. Like, just because you don't even have a reason. You just don't. Sometimes it's like that. But don't make an issue where there's no issue. Because I think that's disingenuous. Especially when that's the big problem, which you're trying to claim I am. Like, there's no issue. You just don't like me. That's fine.
Do you think you can move forward next season? Should, everybody be back with Nene and Porsha? Do you think you guys can move forward?
Oh, I'm definitely down to coexist. I can definitely do that, and I'll definitely always be respectful where it's warranted. I will always offer respect first. However, I'm no doormat. I'm no one's lapdog, and all to just be nice because I expect someone to be nice back to me. That shit's out the window. So, yeah, we shall see.
Why do you think Nene's calling for your peach to be taken?
Nene has her life. She has her kids, her grandkids, her man. I don't understand why she is at all the least bit concerned about what I'm doing, if it's in a negative fashion. Like, we used to be friends. She spoke at my wedding. We were cool. So if you're not worried about me in a positive fashion in any way that would enrich my life, then forget about me. But why be worried about somebody in a negative way? Why are you mad? It just seems very miserable. You know how they say misery loves company? It's like one of those. Like, I'm cool. I'm happy with me. I'm happy with where I am. But the problem is why aren't you happy for me? Like, what's the issue?
And, we have heard repeatedly that Nene walks out on a few occasions. And congratulations to you. You got her going the first time around with the shut computer. What does it mean to you to hold that honor?
Oh, to make Nene have to go and change her feminine products. You know, the thing is that the honor only exists because she spent so much time before the reunion creating this reality that she wanted people to believe, and she was coming for people, and I'm going to drag these girls and tell them to get ready and hold on to their wigs. So we got there, and the first wig to blow was her blonde wig. Like, everyone else's wigs were intact. Mm-hmm. She was the only one that flew the coop. So that was the thing. It wasn't that she left, it was that she left after threat.